Welcome everybody back to the She Will Rise podcast. I am Jasmine Henderson, Coach Jasmine, ready to coach you up. I'm so excited because we have fantastic female soccer players or former female soccer players that are here to just chat it up, to really talk about these focus phrases, what it has meant to them on the field and in their lives. So let's dive right into it, okay? I'm going to have them introduce themselves and say exactly where they're at, okay? So starting off the clock, Abby, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, my name is Abby. I'm 18 years old. I was a striker slash forward, and I currently live in Tennessee. So yeah.
Amazing. And you're a student. Where are you going to college, Abby?
Yes, I go to MTSU, which is like 40 minutes out of Nashville.
I love it. And what are you studying?
I'm a music major, so I'm vocal performance.
Amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. And now entering the chat. Go ahead, Macy.
Hi, I'm Macy. I play forward, or I can play left wing. Switch off. It switches off. And I'm 12 years old, and I go to Tyson Middle School. And yeah.
You're like, and yes, that is me. I love it, Macy. Thank you so much. And last
Welcome.
but never least, go ahead, Press.
Hi, my name is Presley, and I'm 13 years old. I play forward for my club, and I go to Granbury ISD.
Amazing. Okay. So starting off, obviously, the good news for me is that I've coached you all and personally in person. And so you ladies have probably heard me say many things. And so the cool thing that I'm excited for our audience to hear is not just the actual focus phrase, but also how it's really helped you meet those challenges and the obstacles, whether it's been your mindset on the field or whether it's been something that challenges that you've dealt with off the field. So I'm going to kick it off. The first one, focus phrase that I actually introduced to everybody was that focus phrase, 10 out of 10. And I know that, Abby, it meant a lot to you. And feel free, girls, as Abby shares a little bit about, oh no, not Abby. That was for Macy. Macy loved the 10 out of 10. Is that right, Macy?
Yeah.
I mean, Abby, I know you love it too. But
Yeah.
I know it's not like your top phrase, but that was the first one out of the gate. And I know, Macy, that you said that it had impacted you. So Macy, we'll have you just kick it off as far as, maybe what are the challenges that you face when you're on the field, and how has the focus phrase 10 out of 10 really impacted your life and your playing?
Okay. I liked the focus phrase 10 out of 10 because it showed that it just kind of taught me that wherever you go, you just have to put 100%, no matter what you're doing or whatever, because it can impact your effort can impact anything. Coaches are always watching. I know you might it might not seem to, but I even have a poster on my wall and it says keep working even when no one is watching. And that's what Alex Morgan said. And yeah, I really like it because it just shows that you have to put effort on and off the field if you want success in life.
Absolutely. And did you ever find yourself actually struggling giving your best on the field?
Yeah, sometimes I find myself struggling emotionally and physically sometimes, and I just try to push through and tell myself you have to put 10 out of 10, you need to win this, you need to lock in, you have to do the best you
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
and put 10 out of 10 effort and leave it all on the field.
Yeah. I think that leaving it on the field is something that I definitely learned as a young player. I don't want to come off the field with woulda, shoulda, couldas. I don't want to leave off the field leaving, regrets. I want to make sure that I give it your all. I know, Abby, do you have anything to add to that? Just that phrase 10 out of 10 and giving your best, maybe how is that something that could impact you even in what you're doing now in school?
Yeah, 100%. 10 out of 10 to me is just you give 100% of your effort and time and you just do the work and you're going to see improvement and it's going to pay off. I remember like I started playing the guitar last year and I have 4 songs now and I play guitar on I think
Wow.
2 of them, which is crazy to me because it's like I was terrible and I'm not that good now. I'm still not good, trust me. But like even just that, and then with soccer, it's like I was on the AFC 2007 girls, and then that team fell apart. And I was like, where am I supposed to go? I don't have a high school soccer team, and we're loyal to this club team. And so we joined the girls that are a year above me, and I worked my way up to be able to play with them.
Yeah.
And so just putting in the work, just it really pays off in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's something that is really cool to think about, is that, I mean, just going that hard at something and being like, I'm not going to be denied. I want to play. So I remember when you guys even reached out to me, we're like, we're trying to make this happen. We want to make this happen. So, and my favorite part was that you girls were, I say girls, guys, because Abby is a twin. Okay. So it was she and her sister. And I just love that you both had a goal, and you weren't, and you were willing to work hard for it. And it wasn't going to be like, well, shucks, I wish we would have tried, even though you guys didn't go off to play collegiately. Like, I love that you were willing to work hard because you knew what you wanted to make it happen. And I'm sure now as you're recording music and putting it out there, it's probably helped, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You're like, I want it. Press, how about you? When you hear those thoughts, um, just giving your all, leaving it out all on the field, what does that mean to you?
It honestly just means like no matter the situation that you're in, even if you don't feel at 100%, you give the 100% of what percentage you're at. Whether it's 50%, whether it's 75%, if it's even heck 110%, you give 110% no matter what. And it honestly means a little more to me too, because that's what I've been told my whole life, is giving 110%, all, like going all out, giving it all, leaving it all on the field. Don't leave an inch, like a millimeter. Don't leave anything less off the field.
Yeah. I mean, because I feel like if we were honest, we've all had those games where we're like you walk off the field and you're like, I definitely could have done better. And that, to me, I know that's just like one of the most like grossest feelings in the world. And I didn't feel it often, but I remember that when I did feel it, I was like, I don't like this. Guys, I remember, okay, this is bringing to mind, even in high school, do you know when you have to like run the mile? Like everybody has to run the mile, right?
Yes.
And I remember going to school one day and I was like, oh my gosh, like everybody just walks the mile. Okay. Like they just walk it and they're passing in PE. And I said, you know what? Today I'm going to walk the mile and I'm not even going to run. I'm just going to, yeah, okay. That lasted for maybe like 100 yards. And then I was like, dang it. And I started running and I don't know, I couldn't help it. So, but I think that that's such a good thing. Like, and I say that, Press, because I know when you talk about when you have those expectations for yourself of, I always give 100%, what's really kind of crazy. And I don't know if you girls have ever thought about this, but not everybody grows up that way. You know what I mean? Not everybody grows up playing sports or grows up, having that opportunity to really give 110%, like you said, Press. So could you imagine? I know some people, they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this or that. And you're like, you just do it. And you're like, I don't understand. Why aren't you just doing it? And they're like, what? Like, that's a thing? Yeah. You just 100%. So I don't know. Do you guys have any friends like that where, they'll be maybe complaining about something, or, they'll be talking bad about something, and you're just like, and deep in, like, you maybe don't say it out loud, but in the back of your mind that they have not given 100%. And you're like, I don't know if you should really be complaining about this right now. Has anybody ever had that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
100%.
You don't have to share like exactly the situation, but like, what do you do in those moments when like I said, a friend or even a guys, I've even had, siblings. I'm one of 5 kids. Okay. I've had to learn how to like be nice about it when they're like, oh yeah, I'm so frustrated and I can't do this and that. And you're just like, I know you haven't done your best. Okay. Does anybody have a story like that or friends
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. Yeah. Macy, how do you feel when that happens, when you hear that happening?
Like at school sometimes like girls like complain about something like and make like a big deal about it, but I'm like, really think about what you're saying. I'm like,
Yeah.
really think about what you're saying. Like, are
Yeah.
you sure that's all their fault?
Oh, that one. Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Totally there with you. Or I know that all of you girls, again, because I know you personally, I know that all of you have how should I say, romantic situations with your boyfriends and everything like that. And so even then, sometimes I know, if I'm in that situation, it's kind of like if a guy will kind of be complaining about something, I'll be like, are you sure you've done everything that you possibly could have?
At that point, I
Yes.
just smile and nod. Smile and nod.
Has anybody gotten to a little bit of a tiff because of that? Because you're like, I don't understand you. Like, how are you not just doing it? And then they're like,
Yeah.
well, I don't understand you.
Yeah. I
At that
also
point,
like,
I just give up and smile and nod.
yeah.
You're like, we're gonna save that for another day. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
that's
I also
precious.
like,
Yeah, go ahead, Macy.
I also like really do not like when people say like I hate something or like I give up or like I quit. Like I hate, so I'm just like, why though? Like, just keep pushing because it's
Mm, yeah.
like you
I,
can do it if you just try. And
yeah.
I hate like I don't even like saying I give up. I'm like, I'm not saying that.
You're like, it's not coming from me. Okay. You're
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, keep that
I
away from
want
me.
this. Yeah, keep that. Isn't that how it feels though? Sometimes you're like, if you have friends
Yeah.
like that, and I think that that's something that I know that I've learned, even in my adulthood and everything like that, is that, um, is sometimes I have to realize like who is actually giving to me and which relationships actually continue to take away from me. You know what I mean? Because you're like, do they give me energy when they leave the room? Like when they leave the room, do I feel like really good? Or do I feel like, oh my gosh, thank God they're gone. Like, oh, I'm so glad that they're over. Like you never, never, never want to be an energy suck, but Macy, when you talk about that, that's exactly the way that I feel. Is I'm just like, if you're a quitter, that's a real struggle for me sometimes because I'm like, I don't understand what that means. And I always want to give my best. And I like what you said, Presley, whatever percentage that I can give, because I'm not always going to feel like it. There are so many times when I show up and I'm showing up just out of self-discipline, not motivation. I'm not inspired. I don't want to be there, but I said that I would. And to your point, Macy, I'm not a quitter. So I show up and I give 10 out of 10. I love it. Any other thoughts on that? 10 out of 10?
Yeah. Um, I think like because I heard it on your podcast because I was thinking about it the other day because someone
Yeah.
told me it was like don't give. I think it was my coaches at school and it said don't give up because it becomes habits. And I heard it in your
Yes.
podcast in one of them, and I was like, wow, it is true. And like
Yeah.
sometimes like you know how little kids sometimes are like I give up like that and like run off.
Mm,
Like I've heard like my little sister say that one time and I walked up to her and I was like don't say I give up. It's gonna become a habit. And then she was like,
right.
okay. And she
Exactly.
like she doesn't like giving up either. She's like just like me. She's like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's exactly what you were talking about too, though, Macy, is when I was in the podcast and I was like, it's like doing push-ups. And if
Mhm.
I never do push-ups, if I never say, okay, I'm going to give 10 out of 10, but I've never ever done that before in my life, I mean, that's going to feel really, really hard. But the more I
Yeah.
practice it, the more that I do it, the easier it gets to do 10 out of 10. And then it's just like, like what you're saying. I always give 10 out of 10. What are you talking about? I never quit. Okay, so I love that. I want to move. How funny, how apropos. I want to move on to the next one, aka next one, and I think that that's meant. I know that that's meant a lot for me, and it's a tool that I also learned as a recovering perfectionist that really, really helped me. And I want to take just like maybe the next 5 minutes of just really diving into what that's meant for you. I know, Abby, that was definitely something, and Presley for you as well. So, Abby, why don't you kick us off? What does that mean? What has that meant to you, that phrase? How has it helped you?
Next one has always just been like the biggest like mental situation for me. Like every time I'm in a game, it feels like I know what I'm doing. I'm running, I'm getting in position to, get a pass or be in the right spot for a shot. And then as soon as I get the ball, my mind just goes completely blank. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do right now? Or I'm like, oh my gosh, I just shot terribly. Like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Like that was so bad. I can't even move past it. But when I say next one, I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like I have to focus on the next pass. The next shot's going to be better. And then that also goes hand in hand with 10 out of 10, because if you put in 10 out of 10 effort in the next one you do, you're going to do better. And then that helps with like your positive mindset and your growth mindset, all of that. So,
yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise I just get stuck. And well, we've talked about that too. And I know Presley's going to have some great stuff to say about it, but I know especially for you, Abby, that it was that idea of once I kind of get that negative thought of like, oh, that was so bad, or oh, that was so this or that. Well, I mean, it only takes you down. It doesn't help you. It doesn't bring you up. It doesn't make you play better. So it's like, why would I even go down that path? It's not even helpful. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Press, what about you?
Next one means a lot to me mentally, especially with maybe like bad passes, bad touches, offsides even sometimes. Just next one. It kind of also overlays with nothing stops me. Because if nothing stops you, then you can proceed to the next one and make sure that next touch or that next pass, next shot is better than the last one, especially with when you say nothing can stop you, then the next one will be better than the last. Yeah. And it definitely has helped me a lot because I have been struggling a lot mentally with criticizing how like my shots look or how the pass didn't get right to the feet. Like criticizing has been something that I've struggled and harped with on myself, but constantly saying next one or constantly saying it's okay, next one. Like next one has been a phrase that has been popping up a lot with myself, and just with the mistakes saying it's okay, next one, and continuing on and on and on.
Yeah. What I love is like for the other ladies, does that sound familiar? Being like super critical on yourself and just being like, oh, I didn't like that touch. Oh, that shot. It was just, that wasn't it. It wasn't it. But I like that, Preston, that idea of just, there's always an opportunity for a new moment, for something else to happen. And either I can fill that next point. That's the crazy part. I can either fill that next moment with thinking of the past, or I can actually be present in this moment and actually do something great. And so it's like, why would I want to like waste or use up this moment thinking about what just didn't work right now? I don't know. Doesn't really make much sense. Okay, so we are going to wrap it up. And I want to share a verse with you ladies that I thought was really good. And really for everybody watching, I hope that this has been helpful. And one of the main reasons why, and this is something that even I've been really going in hard at for myself lately, is that idea of this verse that I'm about to share for you guys. Okay. And it's Proverbs 23:7. It says, "For as a person thinks in his heart, so is he." So as I think in my heart, like that's what is going to show up in my life. That's who I'm going to show up in my life. And I think there's such a battlefield that goes on in the mind. And I think that that's the next season that I'm going to be tackling, is that idea of there's all these battles, you know, faith versus fear, joy versus sadness. And there's all these battles that we face, and even a battle against average, against just being average versus being great, that we just fight so much in our mind. And so as we wrap it up, what's just, you know me, girls, okay, with my takeaways. What's one takeaway that you would like to share with everybody? Remember that we've got parents listening, we've got players listening, coaches, ladies. I've even got women or men that don't even play soccer at all, but they've been listening. So what's one takeaway that you would give to them? And, you know, maybe about 30 seconds. Abby, why don't you kick us off? What's one takeaway that you've gotten just from these focus phrases, and what advice would you give to people?
Honestly, I would just say love yourself. I would say everyone goes through pretty much like mental struggles or struggles in general that you don't even know about. They may not even show it. It's just you are loved, and you need to love yourself, because sometimes that's all you have. Like, I know me moving away to a new state, I'm all by myself. And I do have a support system in Texas, my friends and my family, but it's just me up in Tennessee. And by learning to love myself, even through the game, when I do something bad, it's okay. You know,
Yeah.
you are loved by God, by like your family and friends and your people. It's to just love yourself, honestly.
I love that. Thank you so much, Abby. All right, Macy, you're up.
I think that like one takeaway that I have for like everyone that's listening and me is to just like never give up and just keep going no matter what, because I feel like that helps a lot, especially even thinking in your mind. Like just try to make it a habit of like giving up, not giving up instead of
Right.
just giving up, and just try to make it a habit and try your best all the time, and just remember that God and Jesus love you and they're with you all the time.
All the time. I love that. All right, take us away, Press.
One takeaway that I would take away is giving 100%, no matter what percentage you're at, is something that will definitely show to coaches if you want to continue moving on with the sport that you play. Love yourself before you love others. You always have to have that self-love before you go on to love others. You can't be kind to others without being kind to yourself first. I would just, no matter how many mistakes that you make, don't get frustrated with yourself, and don't just stay positive with yourself no matter how hard it is. If you ever like need a support system, I'm sure like God is there and open to talk to. Open up your Bible and see if there's any Bible verses in there that you could memorize, or just even memorize the title of it and just keep that in your mind if you're ever having mental struggles or anything that you don't.
I love it. I love it. All right, ladies, that's it. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching and tuning in. That's it. Go get them.